Hey, Libra, intuitive soul coach here with your August 2023 love and family reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so Libra, I'm getting here intuitively that August is going to be a month of you checking in with yourself, taking a look at where you are headed, where you are going, what feels right, what feels good, what brings you happiness. You're taking a look at the bigger picture and you're putting it all together, Libra, and you're seeing it from a brand new perspective. Because in the recent past, there's been a lot of soul growth, a lot of personal growth, advancement, awareness. Some of you Librans have been receiving a lot of messages and clarity through meditation, connecting with your guides as well. I'm just getting here this higher level of ascension where you're able to see things from that higher perspective that you weren't able to see before in matters of the heart. You're able to see the truth of situations. You're able to see things that may have been blinded to you in the past. There's a sense of clarity in the month of August. There is a sense of healing as well because you have the R&R card. Some of you may be taking a spiritual retreat in the month of August. You may be hosting one as well, getting together with your friends, with your soul tribe, connecting with family members. This could even be you doing more when it comes to interacting with your own children as well. I am getting a parent, so someone may be having a parent come stay with them, or maybe your children are staying with a parent as well, so you can travel or so you can go towards some sort of rest, whether it is a place or it's just taking some downtime for yourself. This could even be connecting with other like-minded individuals, whether it is through spiritual work, healing work, or just, connecting to those like minds who have a common goal. They share common interests, and there's no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. So the people that you are attracting into your life, Libra, and the people that you are interacting with, it has to feel good on a soul level. You have to vibe with these people. If you don't, I feel like you're walking away from it. And it doesn't matter if you get to a place, let's say you have an event that you've planned out or you're excited to go to, or whatever it is for you. If you get there and you're just not vibing with the energy, or there's people that are, starting drama or whatever it may be, you're checking out. And you're saying to yourself, as Colette Baron Reed always says in her cards, not my monkeys, not my circus. So I feel like you don't have time for that this month. You don't have time for drama, for negativity, Debbie Downers, because you're doing your own healing work here, Libra. I like this rest and retreat. Some of you could also be planning a getaway in the month of August, maybe even for your birthday, Libra. Some of you are planning... You're planning to do something around your own property is what I'm sensing here as well. This could be shifting up the environment. So there could be new pictures. They're showing me someone changing up their space, whether it is through getting new decor, or you are getting some new furniture in the month of August, or you are just making it feel more serene, more tranquil, or more peaceful. Some of you do live alone, and I feel like you maybe have pets, or maybe you have plants. Those are your babies. I feel like you are making your home feel more homey is what I'm sensing here for you, Libra. Now, your future card here is the inner child. This is having fun. It's about embracing that inner child, not taking life so seriously. So whatever communications you are embracing in the near future, whether this is romantic, whether it's family, whether it's your own children, it's going to be magical. I'm also getting here Disney cruise. Some of you may be going on a Disney cruise, or maybe you're going to Disney World or Disneyland. I am feeling that there could be a child's birthday party in the month of August or September that you are planning as well. This can also be you having fun instead of always working on personal development or growth, or feeling like you're going trudging through the mud with challenges and setbacks, right? This is about you not putting so much energy into your story, right? It's about not taking it so seriously, where you're constantly learning and constantly, taking in information, which we are, it's part of our nature. But I feel like you're having a little bit of fun in the near future, Libra, and this is good. This can be you just letting that side of you play and have fun and enjoy the laughing and happiness. Some of you, this is bringing that magic back to the mix. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Magician, maybe even the Sun card. I'm getting 4 of Wands, 3 of Cups. There's some celebrations and some happy times here, whether it is, again, birthday parties, marriage. It can be reuniting with that inner child that actually allows you and a partnership to flourish. This is a really beautiful energy here, Libra, but I do sense that it's important for you to connect with self in the month of August. Let's take a look and see what is the heart of the matter for Libra in the month of August. What's the heart of the matter, please, for Libra? Heart of the matter here is the Death card. So there is some sort of ending, an ending of an old cycle. Something may have already ended. I'm getting here, because the Death card is in reverse, there was some sort of change that you may have been hanging on to, but I feel like you may have come close to some sort of ending, but then you pivoted. It's almost like you course correct, you came back around, because the soul has advanced here. Now, some of you, yes, there was an ending of a situation, old cycle. Some of you broke through a karmic cycle, some patterns, limiting beliefs, some struggles. For others of you, there could have certainly been some sort of loss within the family as well. And that could be why you have the R&R, just to take some time out for you to heal and mourn some sort of loss. Now, when we think of loss in the form of death, we forget that it's not just people that we mourn for. It's not just the physical death. It can be leaving behind an old home or an old job. It can be mourning the loss of, maybe having a child that still lives under our roof, right? It can be mourning the loss of a friendship. There's so many things that we wait until it builds up and builds up and builds up before we actually, it becomes so much, right, that we carry those heavy burdens. I feel like you are starting to get a hang of mastering letting go, Libra. There's something here with you mastering letting go. And the Death card is about you coming to a point where you know when things need to change, and you know how to take a step back and to really do the self-reflection in order to make that change possible. Okay, so the Death card showing up. A lot of you have gone through a really challenging period with someone close to you. Let it be a sister, maybe a mother, a lover. There is a shift in this dynamic between the both of you that will never, ever, ever be the same as it once was. Okay, so for example, let's say you have a child who is graduating high school, they're going off to college. You'll never ever have that, 10-year-old them in the physical sense, but there's still those memories, right? So I do feel here that something has grown. There's ascension here. So the way that the old form took place physically no longer exists. And I'm getting energetically, there's advancement here as well. So this is a really powerful time for a lot of you Librans. Let's look at the challenge and how we can help you move through it. What's going on for Libra in the month of August? Okay, that's interesting. Thank you. They're giving me the song, and it could be someone's name, or you hear this maybe while you're at a birthday party, while you are doing your everyday thing. Barbara Ann, you know that song? Bop, 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 Barbara. I always thought it was Bop-a-ram when I was a kid, but there's that song coming up for you where you may hear it, or your name literally is Barbara Ann. Please take that as it resonates. I feel like that is your reminder, whether you're Barbara, whether you're Ann, whether you're Barbara Ann, or you hear that song on the radio or hear it at a party. That's your reminder to have fun, Libra. That is your reminder to not take life so seriously. So I love it. I'm excited. If you've heard that recently, or just keep it on the radar because you may hear that, and that is your reminder from Spirit. You have the Seven of Coins showing up as the challenge. This is about diminishing returns. There's something here that you fear if you resist an ending, or if there's something that you haven't learned, you're fearing that it's not going to pay off for you, Libra. So for example, let's say you have shifted the dynamic of a situation, or maybe you're moving into a new energy, or maybe you've ended the situation entirely. You want to make sure that you are doing the best thing for you and it's going to pay off. You want to know that your efforts are going to pay off here. And so the Seven of Coins, I'm feeling that someone may think about giving up early, giving up too early, or maybe something feels a little bit rushed for you, Libra, or possibly there wasn't enough time to see how something was going to grow and evolve. Some of you, if this is your own children, you may think that it happened in the blink of an eye. Boom, one day they're 10, the next day they're, 20. So I feel like there's something that it feels like it's happening quick, but it is happening here in divine timing. Seven of Coins as your challenge says, yes, the fruits of your labor will pay off. It always pays off. And what I mean by that is it's part of your soul's path. It's part of your journey. So even though the ego may be telling you it's not going to work if I put in that effort or if I make this change, that's the ego talking here. So I feel the challenge for you is to listen to your intuition, right? It's about you putting in that work in whatever direction forward looks like to you, Libra. Seven of Coins. Some of you feel like you put in a lot, but you're not getting anything in return. That's why something needs to change, right? You're putting in all this effort, all this work, but you're not getting results. You're not seeing them. And so therefore you're saying, I need to either end this relationship or end this energy or end this pattern because it's just not paying off for me any longer. And if that's what your intuition is telling you, if you're seeing physical evidence of that in front of you, then it's time to pivot. It's time to detour. So the challenge is for you to trust your intuition. Is it time to detour, pivot, or, end a cycle or shift the energy within it? Let's take a look at what's below you. I hope this is making sense, Libra. Let's see what's below you. Deep, deep past. There's a sense of control, possibly even a little bit of perfectionism. I have to get this right? Maybe there is this happily ever after, white picket fence, marriage, kids. Maybe there is this deep-seated belief that you have of what family entails or what, a husband or a wife or children. You have this energy, Libra, where you want things to look good on the outside and inside. That's the Libran balance. And when things feel chaotic or they feel jumbled up, it ruins the carefully woven plans that you've set out for yourself from the very beginning. So when this Eight of Coins shows up in your past, you will and are and have continued to acquire the mastery needed to evolve. But sometimes you second guess that. Sometimes you say, well, did I really learn that lesson? Nope, I'm going to go back and repeat it again, right? Even if it's the soul coming in saying, well, maybe we want to learn a little bit more. Higher self, Libra says, Libra, did you really learn that lesson? And you may be saying, ego may be saying, yes, I did. Yes, I did. But the soul is saying, let's work on that again. Let's do something different this time around. And I feel like you are mastering your soul purpose here, because I'm getting this strong energy of soul purpose, divine guidance. You're asking questions. Some of you are even going through, I don't like this word. I'm going to call it something else. A lot of people call it midlife crisis. I don't think it's a crisis at all. I think we'll call it midlife discovery. I like that much better, don't you, Libra? Midlife discovery. It is about you saying, am I living the life that I've set out for? So you're asking those questions to help you discover more about where you want to go and where you're at. Right? So Eight of Coins, you have this innate ability within you to acquire the expertise, but sometimes you have to perfect something. And that may be even the ego coming back. Earlier, I had mentioned the ego replaying a story over and over, or the soul saying, well, Libra, did you really learn that? It sounds like a dichotomy here. There is a dichotomy happening, because actually what's happening, and Spirit's telling me this, so this makes sense. Spirit's saying you actually have learned some sort of lesson, but the ego's perfectionism, this is important. The ego's perfectionism may say, I need to do this. I need to get it right. Even if I have to do it, a million times, I have to get it right. This is something that, whether you think it's soul, whether you think it's ego, of course, trust your own intuition. But if something keeps coming up for you, it is because there's still things to learn. And I do feel, Libra, and some of you, there is a sense of control, mastery. I need to perfect this. I do want things to look good outside and in. You have what it takes here to really live a life of laughter and fun and joy and happiness. You have this ability within you, this magic within you that people are really attracted to. You are funny, Libra. I feel like you can certainly be serious, but you're that social butterfly at times. And I certainly sense that you have this magical energy and this magical touch that people are absolutely attracted to. Let's take a look at the recent past. What's going on here for you, Libra? Recent past, we have 5 of coins. There's some sort of hard misfortune that happened here in the physical. It could have been a huge blow up or an argument between you and a loved one. It could be that you've lost your home. It could be a natural disaster. For some of you, there was a physical loss, the death in the family here, right? There was some sort of misfortune. Some of you have even lost a job. You maybe went through unemployment. Some of you, there was a breakdown of a relationship due to finances or due to conflict about money as well, is what I'm getting here. But the 5 of coins showing up here is about neglecting a relationship or feeling even left out in the cold. And I feel someone felt left out. They felt like their home, their life, their self was wounded. So someone may have had some sort of abandonment triggers, rejection triggers, or just felt, again, left out. Because some sort of, I do feel, ego or pride may have got in the way of a relationship that maybe got to this point. 5 of coins. And I feel like egos are being set aside here. Egos need to be set aside. So this is a really powerful energy coming through. I'm glad to see it in the past, because this actually led you to soul growth and soul advancement and personal growth here. So you had to go through some sort of misfortune. And unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately, it's not easy, but sometimes that's exactly what we need in order to grow and come out stronger, Libra. So let's take a look and get to what's in your headspace. Let's get to the good stuff. What's in the head? What's going on in that brilliant Libran mind of yours? All right. How would you like these, Spirit? Thank you. All right, we have the 6 of Cups. Second chances here, possibly. This is about cherishing memories. Someone is looking at pictures. Someone is looking through maybe flashbacks on social media, pictures of the two of you, or looking at the life that you've built together, or the life that you've once shared. Maybe this is you and a parent. It could be you and a loved one. Maybe it's you going back and looking in your child's room if they're no longer there. But the 5 of Cups mixed with the 6 of Cups, or excuse me, 5 of Coins mixed with the 6 of Cups, I do feel like someone's looking at the past and looking at, the coins that have been flipped and turned upside down. Instead of flipping that coin and seeing it on heads, it's tails and tails and tails and tails, to the point where it feels like, when am I ever going to get a head, right? When am I ever going to get a head, literally? And so I do feel here that there's cherished memories, and someone may be thinking about the past. You may be thinking about the past. You may be thinking about why something happened the way it did, because again, I feel like you've learned some sort of a cycle, and that's going to be the rebirth that you needed to move on, to move towards a new energy, to shift and see something that you weren't able to see before, Libra. This is big. 6 Six of Cups can certainly be reconnecting to a past person if that is something you seek. It doesn't have to be an ex. It doesn't have to be a lover. It can be reconnecting to that sister that you've had a falling out with, right? It can be forgiving a friend. It can be forgiveness, and it doesn't even have to be forgiving them and then saying, "Yay, I forgive you. Let's go out to lunch," right? It could be you saying, "I'm sorry, I forgive you, and I hope that you're happy," and move on. Separate ways. Whatever this means for you, you are cherishing what you've learned in the past, but you're not staying in the past. Okay, so this is interesting. You see the memories here. You see the display showing up right in front of you, but I feel like you are going to take the blessings and leave the challenges, leave the woes, right? This is really beautiful though. What's showing up in the present or in the near future? A new sense of planning for you, Libra. Two of Wands showing up is saying that you have some decisions to make here, but I feel like you are planning because now you know kind of what to do. And that may be why you have the R&R card showing up here, rest and retreat, because now you're taking some downtime to say, okay, I've looked at the past. I've had a constructive review. I've done some of the healing work or the forgiveness work, or I see a situation for what I could not see before. And the Two of Wands is all about you moving forward, not holding on to the past, not going backwards. Okay, so sometimes this Two of Wands needs to fly from that perch. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're flying from that perch with the death energy. The death energy can represent that butterfly. So what I'm seeing here is you may have felt restricted. You may have felt like you were that caterpillar, but you didn't know while you were a caterpillar because you had never had wings. So those of you that tend to blame yourself or say, well, I didn't see the red flags or I didn't see this. Well, you weren't meant to see it because you hadn't been a butterfly. You couldn't see it from that higher perspective. Now, some of you are saying, but Melissa, there were red flags and I just didn't listen. But, let's get rid of the buts, right? Let's get rid of the what if, or I wish I could have done things differently, or things happen the way that they were supposed to. And we can't go back and take that back. So don't hang on to the past here. I feel like now that you've gone through this cocoon process, now that you have these wings and you are flying high here, Libra, you're able to see it from a different perspective. So allow yourself some understanding, right? Allow yourself to heal and forgive yourself for what you did not know. Now you're able to move forward and walk through a new door. There's a new opportunity coming in here for you. What is that new opportunity? Possibly reconciliation, to be kinder to yourself. This could be about forgiveness. This can be about healing some childhood wounding with the inner child. I am getting here that some of you, two wounded children, two wounded inner child came together. There could have been a trauma bond for some of you Librans. For others of you, I feel like what they're showing me, two children fighting here. So I feel like it's two adults, but in the energy form of childhood wounds. And it's like there was a setback, some sort of difficulty because of those childhood wounds of rejection or abandonment or whatever they may have been coming out, when really you just want to play. You just want to get along. You just want to have that magical time. But sometimes that, the wounds get in the way of love, right? They get in the way of love. So what are you doing? How is it going here? Three of Cups. Three of Cups is about gleeful celebrations, right? It is about celebrating some sort of victory. We have celebration here with the inner child. Okay, it could be coming together, some sort of a reunion, as we mentioned. Maybe you're celebrating with friends or family, community. There could be a wedding reception, a school reunion. There could be news of a birth here. But this is about a circle of kindred spirits, which we talked about. So you have here rest and retreat, but at the same time, I feel like this is a revitalizing energy because you're spending time with those you love. And that's what the Three of Cups says. That's what you are feeling this month as well. So I like this. And you're letting go of some sort of expectation that was impossible to meet, Libra. And that expectation lies within the Eight of Coins. There's that perfectionism. There's that control. There's something here that you're saying, it doesn't need to be exactly the way that I'd always imagined, because sometimes it shows up in the form of control, which can show up in the form of manipulation and, all of those things, whether it's you or someone else, but it disrupts the flow. And I feel because you have the death card showing up here and the 7 of coins, I do sense you pivoting and doing something in a new way that's going to bring a lot more happiness and celebration. Let's take a look at the external circumstances. What's going on in the environment? What's happening around you, Libra? Okay, someone may be placing crystals. This could be you placing crystals around the home, around the windowsill. Some of you are working with crystals for crystal healing or crystal therapy. Perhaps you've bought a large gemstone or crystal for maybe your office space or for your home. That could be part of that feng shui or shifting up your energy that I was feeling earlier. So you have the 8 of Cups showing up here. There is change here, Libra. Don't fear it, because the routine has become stagnant. Death card is the focus of August 2023 for you. So something needs to change, but you may be hanging on to the old, or someone around you may still be working through some of the past. But I do feel here that you are transitioning. You are going through this time of an ending here. There's transformation. And the 8 of Cups says that you're searching for something deeper. This is my Eat, Pray, Love card, right? If something isn't happy, and this is the perfect example. If you are familiar with the movie or the book, it seems like a perfect, right? Perfectionism with the 8 of Coins. Perfect life on paper. Julia Roberts, she has the husband, she has the job, she has the friends, she has the money, she has the look, she has it all on paper. But on a deeper level, she's not happy. And so she goes in search of her happiness, and everybody around her thinks, oh my gosh, what's happening? You're having a what? Midlife discovery. So what she's doing is she's saying, am I on the path that I really truly want to be on? Or is this just an illusion of what I thought I wanted? But you're breaking through some sort of illusion and you're able to see the other side, and the other side is bright and it's beautiful and it's magical, Libra. So the 8 of Cups is all about you shifting that routine, and it's about you letting go of any fear that is tied to this change, because this change is actually going to be quite beautiful. Maybe even one of the most beautiful changes in your entire life. So let's take a look here. What are your hopes and fears? Let's take a look at this fear. Why are you fearing this change, Libra? I mean, humans do fear change. That's one of the biggest things we do fear, right? The inevitable. King of Swords. Some of you may be dealing with a Gemini. King of Swords energy is someone who they're stuck in their conditioning or their beliefs, right? They can be a little bit routine. They can be rigid. So some of you, you're fearing that King of Swords, I mean, this can be your masculine as well. You're the Queen of Swords, and you're the King of Swords as well. So whether it is partnership, it could be someone you are dealing with, or this is about you taking action. Maybe you fear taking action, which is that masculine side of you, or if you are a female or a male, it does not matter. But the King is more of that masculine, action-oriented energy. So it's important here that you find the balance, because look at that, right on that card is the scales. So it's important that you find the balance, Libra, between head and heart. Okay, head and heart. Because when our emotions take over, we don't think logically, and we may do things that we regret or we wish we wouldn't have done if we were in the right emotional frame of mind, right? And vice versa. Sometimes we don't think with the heart. We just lead with the mind and say, well, I should do this because that's what society does. I should leave this person for cheating because no one wants to be with a cheater, right? I should have kids and settle down because this is what society says is family life, right? That is illusions. That is societal conditioning. It doesn't always have to be that way for every single person. Maybe you're forgiving somebody who hurt you. Okay, maybe you are deciding to not have children. Perhaps you are deciding to, be gay. Whatever it is for you, Libra, own it. Own it and don't fear the changes that come with you being authentically you. Because the King of Swords is about you taking action and about you knowing what it is that you believe, but also shattering the illusion, because this King of Swords, he doesn't play games. He doesn't want to play any games, right? He can be serious, sometimes too serious. And that's why it's important for you to let that inner child out to have a little bit of fun. If you've been taking things a little bit too seriously and been up in your head a little bit about some beliefs that maybe you felt stuck on, have a little fun, dance, play, listen to music, go to the park, swing, go down a slide, spend time with your grandchildren or your children. Go to an amusement park, go golfing or golf karting. Is that it? Golf karting, yeah. Go karting, thank you. This is about you finding that balance, Libra, to truly feel like you are living within your soul purpose and your destiny, okay? So finding that balance. What's the final outcome? What do we have for Libra? Some of you want to find your counterpart, right? That is something that's been a struggle for you. And there could have been a lack of belief that something was going to happen because maybe you were focused on money. Maybe you didn't have the money that you thought, or maybe you are a 40-year-old that, doesn't have children, or you are single and you didn't think your life was going to play out that way, right? You had a plan, a play-by-play book for your life, and it didn't turn out the way that you thought. But I feel here it's turning out the way that it was supposed to. Even though that can be challenging at times, I feel like you absolutely have what it takes to lead and live a more authentic, happy, joyful life. Your final outcome is the Knight of Coins. Slow and steady wins the race, Libra. This is about patience to succeed. Patience in this union, patience with yourself. Look at this guy. I mean, he's got some patience, Libra, and that's not always Libran's strong suit. Librans can be very impatient. They can be indecisive at times, but when you do master that art of patience, boy, oh boy, is it worth waiting for. Because the Knight of Coins here, out of all the knights, he's the one that's the most dependable, the most trustworthy. He waits for the time to take action. And I do feel like you are not being impulsive on any decisions. You are thinking things through. You're pondering things through. And if it means enough to you, you're going to stick with it. You're going to stick it out. And so is someone else. Knight of Coins energy here is patience to succeed, because he is not only on a tightrope up in the air, he's standing on a motorcycle on that tightrope, balancing a coin. So that takes some dedication. That takes some patience. This is something that he has practiced probably a lifetime and probably 5 lifetimes prior. So if you are in a union, Libra, where it feels like it's been up and down, you've been preparing for this, right? You've been preparing for this moment a lifetime. And I do feel here that your dreams will manifest in the way that you maybe wanted to feel, but maybe not the way you wanted it to look like. I hope that makes sense. So again, on paper, it may not look the way that you thought, but the feelings are going to be much more intense, because maybe your vision, your big Libran vision of what family and what love look like, you didn't have many feelings behind it. You just said, well, I want to be happy. But I feel like this is so much more than that. It's about things kind of veering off from how you thought they were going to look. And maybe you meet the love of your life at 67 years old, right? Maybe you have your first child at 44 years old. Maybe maybe you're a woman and you meet the woman of your life and you two spend the rest of your lives together, right? There is this energy here of patience is paying off in huge, even unexpected ways for a lot of you Librans. This is beautiful. Wow. Oh, whew. All right, Libra, wisdom of the oracle. What do you need to know? What's the message here for Libra in the month of August 2023, please? What do we have for Libra? Some of you may have been engaged, or you may still be engaged. There's some sort of ascension. If you are in a relationship, I feel like your love life is ascending. You have the yang energy, which I believe this yang energy is the masculine principle of action, which you have here with the King of Swords. And we just talked about that. It's also card 1. Ones are all about new beginnings. Now, some of you may be in a 1 personal year. Some of you may be life path 1. Okay, if you don't know about personal year, I'll link it in the description box below. I did put out a collective reading on that. This is the masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen and taking action. The relationship message, Libra, is this. Circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move and trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement towards your highest good. So go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. Beautiful. Now, I don't feel, because we do have the King of Coins, or excuse me, the Knight of Coins, which is that slow and steady, I don't feel like there's an impulsive energy here, but because we do have the 8 of Coins below you, and this can be perfectionist, control, and possibly even at times a little bit of that impulsiveness, I am going to read to you the protection message as well. Be mindful of the tendency toward impulsive action, overconfidence, and aggressive behavior. Think before you act, lest you find yourself in a situation that will lead to uncomfortable consequences. Be sure you really want what you're chasing after, Libra, because you might be sorry when you get it. The appearance of this card isn't cause for fear, for life is all about learning lessons. Practice temperance, diplomacy, and thoughtful consideration before making a move. That, yes, that could be that Knight of Coins as well. But it is important for that Knight of Coins to make a move, but not sit a lifetime on that move. So yang energy, very, very powerful. Now, last but not least, what is your soul trying to ask at this time? What is it that you need to pay attention on, and action steps that you can take to help you wherever you are at on your journey? What do we have, please, for Libra? Soul truth. Okay, some of you are very independent Libras. Some of you are only children. Some of you are the lone wolf, or you've just had to do everything yourself. Maybe you had to grow up way before you should have. And you've struggled asking for help in your life. Libra, where can you ask for more help? Until we can receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving it. That's a quote by Brené Brown. Today's soul action, Libra, ask someone for help and receive it with an open heart. Your mantra: I ask for what I want and I am open to receiving it. I ask for what I want and I am open to receiving it. Now, they're telling me 2 here. You're the only sign. They want more than 1. Okay, they want more than 1. So there's something here with asking for help, asking for support, and knowing, okay, now I get why, knowing that it's okay for you to receive that help, even though some of you are saying, Melissa, I don't have help. You may not have help in the physical realm, Libra, but you do in the spiritual. Okay. You also, Spirit is helping you manifest your soul tribe and your people, right? Some of you felt disconnected from friends, or you felt like you didn't quite have your tribe. I feel like it's important for you to reconnect in whatever way that looks like for you. Now, some of you may be holding back because you're afraid to be seen. The world doesn't want you to hold back any longer, Libra. It's time to shine your unique light onto the world. Like I said earlier, you're magical. You carry this vibration of truth and authenticity and magic and just this fun vibe. And you're made from love, right? You are made from love, and from love you are whole. There is no more hiding. There is no more shame. There is only truth. Live naked and free. Yeah, this is about you being completely transparent, being completely vulnerable. Some of you may even be going to a nude Maybe it's a nude colony or a nude beach, or maybe you're just going out in nature and you're bearing it all to the world. Maybe you're dancing under the full moon naked. Awesome. Hoorah, right? Today's soul action. What part of me do I hide so I can be socially accepted and fit in? Am I being authentic? Do I allow myself to be all of me? What do I need to feel so I can be safe to be seen? That is a struggle with some of you, with someone in your life. You don't feel seen, you don't feel heard, or you struggle to find that safe place in order to express yourself in an authentic way. They're also giving me, this is interesting. I mean, they're not showing me you specifically. They're giving me the energy of skinny dipping as well. So some of you that could, I mean, maybe you're literally skinny dipping. For others of you, I do feel like it's about cleansing, right? Cleansing, because the way that they're showing me is the ocean. I'm seeing the waves lapping against the sand, and then I'm seeing a full moon and it's dark, but it's almost like you're bearing it all and you're going for a dive, and when you come up you immerse. So that could be, I mean, maybe some of you literally are going on a retreat and you do that. But I do feel here that there's a rejuvenatory, is that a word? Rejuvenatory? Well, if not, I just made it up. There's this type of energy that you are coming back from, and you're going to feel more refreshed, Libra. You're going to feel more alive, and you're going to feel more like you than you ever have in your whole life. Don't be afraid to be seen here. Okay. Don't go to jail for streaking, but this is about you asking for more help, right? Asking for more help, graciously accepting it, knowing that you don't have to go it alone, and not being, not shying back because you don't want to stir the pot, because sometimes Libras, you just like to keep the peace, right? But it's important for you to shine that magic, shine that light, and embrace that inner child. That is what I have for you, Libra. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. If you're vibing with the energy of the channel and you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so very much, Libra, for spending your precious time and energy here with me today. Lots of love.